What's up, guys? We're here for another episode of this thing here. Hold on. We're going to have to redo that.
What's up, guys?
Shut the fuck. What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Ultra OK Duelist. And today I'm your host, James.
Here's a little sidekick, Damien.
I'm Lee. We're here with Lee.
For today.
All right. Anyway, we're working this out. This is only our third episode, but anyway. Yeah, we have Lee here with us today. Damien is just a side bitch right now, but anyway.
It's just what we do.
All right, so obviously, now we have you. You're our first guest, so congratulations.
Yeah, I'm proud.
Huh?
I'm proud of it.
Yeah,
Yes,
nice. Yeah,
Should be.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're able to show up today. So, anyway, you've seen the previous videos, so you know what the format is kind of like. We're gonna start with what got you into YuGiOh?
I'm gonna say my mom. Shouts out to mom. Making me sit down and watch stuff like that. You know, having to be a kid. Yeah.
Weren't you an outside?
Instead of being outside playing, yeah.
Yeah, I was usually in the trees most
In
of the
the
time.
trees?
That's what
Hurting
the concern
myself.
is. Then,
That's
yeah.
really what the problem was, because I'd be running and gunning. You know.
Yeah.
I used to climb a lot too when I was younger.
Oh, you mean like actually running and gunning?
No, it's an expression. I was outside just a whole lot, and she would always wonder where I was.
Oh, okay.
So when she could, she'd have me sit down, watch some TV, and it was always Saturday morning kids stuff, you know, because she was a big fan of TGIF herself.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So she watched.
It's old
too?
school stuff, by the way, if you didn't know.
Old school stuff on like cartoons.
Cartoons and what was it, Family Matters and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, yeah. I used to watch that stuff too when I was growing up.
Good stuff, the good old essentials.
Yeah, Family Matters was actually one of my favorite shows to watch.
Yeah.
No lie, not just because you're on here.
So YuGiOh was a big part of that too for me especially. So the lineup was usually Static Shock, Pokemon, YuGiOh, and YuGiOh at the time was like a newer thing, you know.
Yeah.
And Digimon was another thing too. So when I got into all that stuff, YuGiOh was more what was it, like an anime thing, you know? It wasn't more mainstream at the time.
No, you could go ahead. I just wanted to see your face.
All right. It was more of an anime thing, and a lot of people didn't know it except for me and my brother at the time.
Yeah. Well, I definitely got into YuGiOh off the first episode as well, so...
From the first episode, especially the whole factor where you could become Yugi, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you're like behind the cards and stuff.
Yeah. Like, you have like the structure decks and you can actually pretend.
Oh yeah, don't get me started on the structure decks.
Become the Yugi.
Okay, of the two, the Kaiba and the Yugi structure deck, which one's your favorite?
It was the Yugi structure deck.
Yugi, dude, we should totally do like I'll rebuild like Kaiba's Yugi or Kaiba's structure deck. Because I have all those cards too, and I can totally let you rebuild like card for card from the structure deck, and we will totally do a video of us just playing.
Yeah, it was the anime cards for me, and the mystical elf and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
or like just seeing the
factor,
cards.
the real surprise factor back then. You know, like the set 1, set 2.
Yeah,
like what's going on?
No, yeah, because we didn't know, but now it's like everything's kind of predictable. Especially if you're only playing a deck that only has like so many cards that you're setting in the back row. Yeah. So you already know, he's got to have this or that, you know, so you can kind of like process of elimination.
When the card pool was more limited, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of knew.
Well, I mean, there was a lot more cards back in the day.
Yeah.
So like the set card in the back row could have been anything. It could have been a trap card or a spell card, a quick play spell card like Rush Recklessly or something weird, you know. But like nowadays, you're like,
what was the other one?
Reinforcements.
Reinforcements. I'm talking about the quick play spell. Shrink.
Yes. Like cards like that. See, you didn't know what you were gonna run into. You just knew that there was something in the back row. And but nowadays you like know like if they're setting 2 cards in the back row, you already know what there are for the most part because they literally just added them to their hand. So back then you didn't really add the trap or the spell card.
The most adding we had was what? Pot of Greed.
Yeah, but you're not revealing the card to your opponent as like,
bring it back.
I'm adding this trap card to my hand that I'm obviously going to be setting in the back row. So
Yeah, that was
Damien won't know because Damien.
I was not playing Yu-Gi-Oh around that time.
Yeah, you did not play Yu-Gi-Oh!
That's a shame. Good stuff.
Yeah,
Yu-Gi-Oh.
you definitely missed a fun time in Yu-Gi-Oh!
I was just a normal kid outside.
Everything was so basic.
But I had Xbox.
Yeah, video games was a big part of mine too. The whole role playing aspect of the video games that I liked, like I don't know if you know it. Gauntlet Legends is a real good game for starting up the whole like build a character.
Oh, okay. So it's
deal.
like where you can like what is it called? What do you do when you can adjust their attributes or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and equip yourself with certain stuff.
So that's
one
kind of like,
aspect
is it
of
like Final
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Fantasy in a way?
Yeah.
Like in a way? Okay. I've played a little bit of Final Fantasy. I've never played like an entire game, but I used to have to sit there and watch my brother play it.
Which ones was it? Do you know of?
He started off playing Final Fantasy 8.
8's a good one. Yes.
So
good name.
I love the thing I like about 8 is like the intro, the theme song at the beginning
all
of
the
song.
intros are fucking epic.
But I like that one specifically. Like Final Fantasy 8's intro is really good.
Do you know?
If you've never seen that one, you have to go
X?
and check it out. Huh?
Final Fantasy X.
No.
Played any of
See,
them.
like that's it. Like my only exposure. But you know what I did like from
Nada.
Final Fantasy that when I was a kid, huh?
I said I never played any of them.
You've
Not even one.
Ever even played one of those?
Not even.
Okay, well, I mean, you're not really missing out on much because I don't think those kinds of games are the kinds of games that you like playing anyway. Because it's like what he was saying. Where you get your characters, but you have to like boost their stats, and some of them.
If it's anything like Skyrim.
Is it like that?
Yeah, it's pretty much if it's Skyrim or like Destiny. Yeah.
Then I probably would enjoy a type of game like that because I do love those type.
Well,
yeah.
I wish
right now I'm
I
playing
wish
the
you.
Hogwarts game right now, and the game's a lot of fun.
Is it? You like it?
Oh, it's a lot.
No, you were talking about it last night. He does like it for some reason. I don't know.
He's
I just
a
want to
wizard,
be.
Harry.
I just want to
Shout
be
out
like
to Harry Potter.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Yeah.
So I wish Yu-Gi-Oh had like an open game where you can walk around. And so like
Just
you're the main
regular
character.
Yeah.
You're not really upgrading your stats. You're just upgrading your deck or whatever. But like you still like it's open enough to where you can go through like battles. You can go through Duelist Kingdom, go to Battle City afterwards. Do the Duke Devlin thing at the Dungeon Dice thing.
Yeah,
but it's like
dope.
you're following it along with the show, like the way Pokemon does, like when you go on a Pokemon adventure. But you have all this extra side stuff that you can do in like an open world.
Pokemon
See, yeah,
adventure
that's
game.
You know
what
what I
I
mean?
liked about the show when I'd watch it. It was like you're going on this sort of.
But this would be like in a
adventure,
game format, like an actual game. But yeah, go ahead.
like from a first person type.
Yeah.
See, that would be great.
And you're like interacting with Kaiba or whatever, and you're interacting with Yugi, but you're kind of just on your own little quest. So
You're just like an extra additional duelist.
yeah, basically, you're just like you create your own character or whatever, but you're just doing open world, walking around, and but you're immersed in their world. Like you see everything that they're doing. Like let's say you're in the Battle City portion, you end up seeing the blimp. The blimp comes out and it does the entire thing that Kaiba does when he announces the Battle City
Oh
tournament.
yeah, when he's on top of it.
Yeah. And then
That'd be pretty cool.
he's like, no, he's hanging off from like a helicopter or something. I thought.
Oh
Wasn't
yeah,
he?
on the rope ladder.
Yeah, he's like
Yeah.
on a rope ladder. It's just the wildest thing.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that in live action?
They had some crazy stuff going on in that show. Bro.
Yeah. I like going back and watching Battle City. I was telling him on the last
We watched
on
some.
my video that that's like my favorite. That's my favorite season of all
Battle City.
of
huh?
Yugi. Yeah, Battle City.
What is your favorite season, Lee?
Season wise, I love all the Duel Monsters seasons. So, season 1, 2, 3, all the way up to, I'll say the whole legacy, you know. But my new stuff that I like is actually Vrains. Link Vrains. I don't know if you've heard of this. It's a new anime.
Okay, so I like stopped watching around GX format, like the GX. right?
GX was good.
That's when
too,
I
but there was
joined
a lot of filler.
That's where I fell off kind of because I had just joined the military, so like I was not gonna have a lot of time ever to watch and watch any of that. And
Yeah.
then when I got out, it was like seven years later, so I definitely had not
Didn't really
seen
take the
any.
time.
GX I think had ended by then, and they had
Yeah.
already started on I think it's 5Ds. So when I got out, I was like, what is going on? And it just seemed a little bit brighter and more fun. as opposed to like serious. You know how like the level,
A little bit
the weight
darker,
of it.
it was a little bit more on
the
the
weight of
lighter
it
side,
back
right?
in the old ones was like a lot heavier.
Yeah.
So
Made it
and now
more
it's
for children, basically.
yeah, exactly. So
Or
everything was a
they
little
tried
bit
to.
definitely weight.
That's what they
Well, they
tried.
tried to, yeah, but it's definitely. Well, the card game, like I was saying last time, was the card game is definitely not played by just children. It's like played by like full-grown adults.
Oh, yeah.
Literally. I think when I first came here to San Antonio, like most of the people were like 17 or whatever, but now they're all like
Old.
they're all starting to get old.
When I was younger, there was a player base, and we were kind of young, but yeah, that kind of just fell out of favor when like the older people started coming in with the better stuff, the newer
Yeah.
stuff.
The
You
ones
know what
with
I mean?
adult money. Where
Yeah,
they buy
that's
Adult,
card.
that's really
The
what it
pay to
was.
play-
They came in with the real card.
Would you say?
know?
Yeah, would you
You
say?
came from the flea market.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
You're
have
like,
the
hey.
Kaiba loot box.
Yeah.
You're just swiping your credit card, getting more and more product.
Getting more.
But do you
Like-
think that that the pay to play aspect is really what pushes children out of the game then? Or would you say
It's-
that is a problem?
I'm saying yes
I feel
and no, because there's always the factor to like how bad do you want it? You know, if you're that little kid that wants it that bad,
Yeah.
or wants to be so and so far in the game or whatever, you'll go get that. You'll ask your mom, you'll ask
Yeah.
your grandma, you'll make sure that you get that
Like,
somehow
you
on
do
your
chores
birthday
around
or
the
something.
house.
Yeah, and
Make
there's
sure
some
you
kids.
get
Yeah.
that
There are some
money
kids
to
here
go buy some
at
cards.
Heroes, and they come and they persevere through, the tournaments that they come and
Oh,
they come and do,
They
and
always
they're
have a
still
good
Shouts
they're
out
still
to them.
showing up. You know what I mean? Like, and they're obviously it's been like 2 years since I first met them, but. So they're like they're still coming and stuff regularly, so they're at least committed to coming and playing, and
when they can.
yeah, when they can.
Yeah.
And they might not always have the best cards, but they're getting there. They're starting to learn how to trade better and sell their cards better and all kinds of
And
stuff.
understand the concept of
Yeah.
the game, and they're
Yeah.
getting better as a person too.
Yeah, for sure. I've lost to them before, but also, that
I
happens.
think I might know who you're speaking of. Because
Yeah, there's two.
One was a
There's-
Sprite player.
Yeah, the two brothers.
Yeah.
And they're not the only kids that are going, but like they're the ones that
I mean,
have
there's
been
a
most
lot of kids that
consistent
do
over the
go.
last 2 years.
Yeah.
We have a couple of kids that actually do go in a lot.
Yeah.
And every time I see them, they always say hi.
There's a lot more kids over at the smaller Heroes, though, like in the area where you live at, over there in Converse, off of Pat Booker. There's a lot of kids that go to that
There's
one.
a lot.
Yeah, shouts out to them.
Yeah. What kind of decks do you like playing? Like, not
Like combo
archetype wise, but like,
base.
yeah, like what you know what I mean? Like combo base or power.
All right, so let's say from the very first deck I picked up the YuGiOh structure deck or starter deck. I'd say that was really more of a control type deck, to where Kaiba's was like heavy hitters,
Yeah.
So I've
Agreed.
always liked control decks, but then in the aspect of it, I always try to mash what I like and what I'm not really good with. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
say a combo deck, and that's real combo heavy.
Mhm.
I always try to put my little twist on it to be more mid-range, because that's what happens when you put a combo deck with a control type deck. You get more mid-range. So I'm a mid-range
Yeah.
type player. So I would go for more attacking than anything. So like a setup kind of deck. That's what I like playing with.
Okay.
A more
Just build
mid-range
your
kind of
board.
deck.
Get
Yeah.
over it.
So I'm not sure if y'all another
So
deck
you'd be
that I
like-
like to always say that I kind of made my own was the Mako Tsunami deck.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
this was a while.
Was that
Like
Way-
the
way
original,
back
like
that is.
way
The
like with the older
original
cards,
one
like
where
where you
you're
have to
playing 3
use.
Tornado Wall.
Yeah, I remember this one.
Toriana's Tribute and stuff like that to control the board state while you still remain with Legendary Fisherman with Umi on the field.
Yeah. Well, because
Legendary
not
Fisherman.
Umi.
That's
Yeah.
the tornado wall it doesn't let your opponent attack while you control Yumi, right?
Yes,
So
Oh,
you're
wow.
sitting on a monster, but also like I forgot what
they can't be destroyed by card
Yeah,
effects.
they can't be destroyed by something.
Oh.
Whatever.
Or no, the Legendary Fisherman can't be destroyed by card effects as long as Umi's on the field.
Yeah.
So you
I have
can
to show you the cards.
you basically put up
Like,
this
you can
continuous
send
trap
it.
card that lets you sit
Zeus.
on a Legendary Fisherman that's can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effect.
Yeah.
And then if then you just activate a bunch of like not floodgate cards, but
No,
like
you would bring out the
destruction cards.
Dalius card,
Which
the
one?
Daedalus or whatever, the Daedalus.
Daedalus.
Yeah,
I think I know what you're
the
talking about.
Neo Daedalus or the
Yeah.
original. This card would send the Yumi or something to the graveyard and destroy the board.
Destroy
and
the
you can
board.
attack directly. But by then, you've probably already added another Yumi to your hand and
Yeah,
another
and you
tornado
just
wall
activated
because
it.
you're just kind of like biding your time the entire time.
And
So you
so
can put
the
a boss
legendary
on.
fisherman was
Playing
also a level 5 monster.
Yeah, but you can summon him with the 1+.
The legendary ocean lets you lower your water type monsters in your hand by 1, so you just normal.
And that was the thing about the
That's
Daedalus card is you could summon him off of a 1 monster tribute, even though he was a 2 monster tribute because of the legendary ocean.
just because of that.
So
You would Toriano tribute or something like that, destroy the whole field. He wouldn't be destroyed because of tornado wand, then activate it again, destroy the whole field.
It just kept
board
wiping
wipes.
the board. It was kind of like a Zeus.
Yeah. But at the time, you didn't have power cards like the ones we have. Like that was actually a really good strategy at the time.
So
you could win games with that. Nowadays, if you took that, I mean,
It's a lot of setup. That's what I was saying. It was a lot of setup.
You'd need to draw like those 3
You
cards
gotta draw
together.
the nuts.
Yeah, basically.
Because you can't search those cards, right? It's just
There wasn't really much searching, really,
No,
other than
yeah,
reinforcement
what
of
was
the
it?
army was like the best searching card.
3 rotas,
It
3
still is a good searching
terraformings.
card, but
I think that's back when that was the thing. 3
Yeah.
terraformings was the most.
yeah,
Terrifying.
terraforming was a
That's
was a
wild.
3, yeah.
Yeah. It was real
So,
good stuff.
as far as your journey since you started playing Yu-Gi-Oh, tell us about like some things that you've done, like tournaments or stuff like that. Have you gone to any big events?
I've gone to a few regionals in my Yu-Gi-Oh career, I'll say. And
So how'd your first one go? What
the
was your
very first one I
expectation?
ever been to was during, I want to say it was BA format.
Oh, dude, love that
I
format.
love that.
And we just had moved from, what was it, Bujin format?
It was like
Bujin
Bujin,
control
and then
format.
I think it was also, was it Wind? No, it wasn't Wind-Ups. No, it wasn't Wind-Ups. It was
Satellar.
Bujin.
I remember it was Bujin,
well,
Satellar.
When we got into the BA format, it was BA, Satellar, Vidal, and Necros were still like
Yeah,
the 4 decks.
we're really
Those were
potent.
like, yeah,
back
those were
then.
the.
really, really potent back then. The
But
whole
like
fact,
Necros was definitely big brain.
Big
Brain deck.
yes.
Yeah, and then below that you had like Shadalls and Teller Knights were like kind of duke it out, and then BA also was like in that mix too.
The
because
Trevor
they were just
and
really
the
good.
Nova trap together in the Satellar Knights was just game all
Yeah.
the time.
You have to
It's
just
hard
go
to tell
back
them.
and like kind of you just don't have any benefit of knowing any of this. Like you have played some of the BA cards, but playing a full-fledged BA deck with no
Yep.
extra support other than like what was it, just the tour guides, and that's basically all you had.
Not even the
That's all
Rhino
you had.
guys?
Well, Rhino came out after BA had already been out for a little while, but then Rhino made it
Okay.
just a little bit better because now he can dump a card that you actually need to dump
That
to the
you actually
graveyard.
needed a
Yeah, he
Farfa
just
or
protected
whatever.
all your BAs.
Yeah, so you can also summon more than one without them exploding because of the Rhino. So you could actually have other extra deck cards on the board as well, and then still put BAs on the board.
Yeah,
I thought
that
he was like a
that
main-
format was real
like a main
hectic
card
back
to
then.
always play.
But now you got Cherubini. I mean, you would still play Rhino, I guess,
Yeah.
if you were still. But I wouldn't play him at 3. I'd probably play him at 2. Maybe
I mean, with
one.
my Burning Abyss
maybe
deck,
one.
I played
Yeah.
2 of them.
He's just not as good as he used to be because, I mean, you don't really need that much. Really, I
Still-
The
guess it
dumps
just
were
depends on-
always real back then too.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
So you came in during the BA. You
Yeah.
did the regional during the BA format.
And I was playing Raccoon Control.
Oh, dude,
Raccoon
Raccoon
Control. What is
Control
that?
with Baby
they're like
Raccoon
little
Popo
level 2 beast and
Yeah.
monsters. I just found a bunch of them because I was going through that bulk.
make Sandayu, and it's this rank 2 XYZ that you detach one and he makes a token that copies the largest
The
attack on the
highest
board.
attack, yeah, so if you have like a,
I think
yeah.
I actually.
Yeah,
that's
and
the
then-
one I was using when you first started playing with the Melfies.
Oh
Remember?
Yeah. So what I would do is
No.
try to spam at least 2 of him on the board and a Nat Beast. Because he can't be destroyed by battle or card effects if there's another beast on the field. So you bring out 2 of him and it's basically Sandayu control after
Yeah.
that. You set on those 2 and then you detach 2 tokens and make 2 big beasts.
Every
tired.
time. I
Dude, I
swear,
just don't
this dude
sleep.
does
I
not
don't
get
get no
sleep,
sleep.
ever.
Or I eat a big meal and then I'm tired. I don't know.
They're
what
just
the
gonna
fuck's
have
wrong
to, if we ever get like a merch shop, there's just gonna have to be
Just
you
me going,
and the headset
Yanni,
going.
right?
Dude,
Yeah.
it's my fault.
Me,
I try not to. It's just
Yeah,
last
which
night I
is
didn't go to bed till like
and you
almost
go
4 in the
night-night.
morning.
Yeah.
Like it was like 4 in the morning and I woke
I
up
told
at
you
9.
last night too to get some rest, but
That's hilarious. I play with the dreaming deck
yeah.
and it's the chick after she's done eating, she's just passed out.
Yeah. And then she has
Hey
to
bro,
drink, yeah.
those food comas are a real fucking thing, man. Like that's how I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
right now. I'm like,
So how'd you do in the tournament? What was your
Oh, at the tournament, let's see.
or in the regional?
or yeah, it was a regional, and it was one of my first, and I was playing that, and everybody was so surprised that I had Infinite Impermanences in my deck, and I had Ash Blossoms in my deck, and stuff like that.
Were
they were
those
like, "Where'd you
cards
get these
expensive
cards?"
at the time?
Yeah, they were super expensive.
Yeah.
And they were like,
Ashes
"Why are you
were like
playing this
$100
in
each or something.
this
Like
deck?"
fucking droplets when I first came in.
Yeah.
It
Droplets were
was
stupid.
Yeah, but you
expensive.
didn't pay for them.
I did buy a set though,
Eventually. But I bought those droplets.
and then I got me
a set of
originals.
droplets?
Yeah,
Yeah.
when you first started playing, I had bought the droplets in the Dragoon so you can use them.
And then I bought me original set of droplets.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
don't
I
get me
sold them
started
when they
with
were
the-
at their peak, and I was like,
So
the
you
money drop of Yu-Gi-Oh.
So you were clapping them out with your
with my baby beast.
your
Yeah.
little baby raccoon.
So
I think it's cool actually. 'Cause
I
you
actually didn't-
You use that spell card that summons. Is it
yeah,
Cattle Call?
Obedience School.
Obedience
Special
School,
summon
that's what
3
it is, yeah.
beasts, level 2 beasts.
oh yeah, you were looking for that card. I
Yeah, because what you
remember.
could
It's a great
do
card.
is
It sounds like a great card.
the stuff you could
3
do,
special
like you could
summons?
also and you can only normal summon too. So you get the 3 beasts and you could like obelisk or summon an obelisk, right? Were you
Yeah.
using the obelisk combo?
You
Oh, so
tribute.
you can't special summon after you use it?
Yeah, obedience
Except for
will-
beasts.
except for beast monsters, but you can still normal summon. But since it's a
Oh.
spell card, you didn't need a normal summon yet. You could do obelisk, and then you can do another card that summons another one out, exceed, and then create a token of obelisk.
So another spicy tech
So
I
you
had
have
in there
8,000 attack on the board just with the obelisk
Yeah.
and the token.
was Gamma. Cypher Gamma. So I would activate
Rip Gamma.
Obedience School. They would Ash Blossom. I'd Cypher Gamma.
And now you
Because
have it
the only
better.
restriction on the card is you cannot when you
After.
activate, you can't have any cards on the field.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Or
But you also
any
can't
monsters on
special
the
summon
field.
until after it resolves.
Yeah.
Mm.
So you're able to get the
Gamma onto the
freaking
field.
Gamma
It
on the board,
resolves you
too.
special
Nice.
3 monsters. Synchro.
That sounds
crazy.
so stupid.
It was people were so surprised at that.
So what placement did you get?
I didn't top at all, but I got I believe it was 67th place, and this was a tough time for Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Like I said, with all the BAs crawling around and
Well,
Crawling around.
crawling around.
it is a
Yeah.
hard, it is a really hard deck
Fiends.
to. If
But-
you,
and
you're playing against
what
stronger.
was
At the
what was
time.
topping
At
at
the
the time also, and that topped that regional. It was True Draco.
Your Draco?
True Draco with 3
control?
masterpiece.
Yeah, the masterpiece. Oh,
The 3
man.
masterpiece. That's what I lost twice to.
Such a long time ago. That was like
Yeah.
2015. Was it 2015?
Well, it was like my first regional.
Was that like in 2015? Something like
Yeah,
that?
2015. I remember
Good
actually.
Hey,
It was right here in
The
San
good
Antonio.
times.
It was where?
Right here in San Antonio.
Oh yeah.
I met a bunch of people that I still know today.
Well, shit, I should have met
you.
you a long time ago because I feel like I just met you like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I believe it was like.
Yeah, it was like 2 years ago, but I probably have already met you like way
it was
before
probably
that.
just like, oh, hi, nice to meet you. I'm
Yeah,
playing
kind of
and
thing.
then
Yeah.
that's
Where
it.
you didn't come
Just
around regularly
acquaintances
enough.
at the time.
But like I just didn't. When I first met you, I had thought I'd never seen you before.
And
Same.
was another regional. The next regional after that, I went and I played with Pendulums
Ew.
this was- when Pepe. You remember Pepe?
Yeah.
Everybody likes Pepe.
They killed Pepe right when I
But,
started playing. It felt like
You
every
just had
time
to
I
play it.
played a deck, it felt like it was getting hit somewhere, shape, or form.
Pepe was one of those
Crazy.
decks that it would reward bad playing. Just like
Oh,
BA
really?
rewards bad playing, like Pepe
Instant
can
fuse
reward bad.
into the Norden.
Yeah,
Norden effect, special
Specials
level 4.
level 4 from the
Exceed.
graveyard.
For Lavalva Chain. Lavalva Chain dump. Okay, special summon the
This man knows it like the
Lightsworn
back
Wolf.
of his hand right
it
now.
was, yeah, it
Alright.
was ridiculous.
This was the deck I was
Just
telling
off
you
one
about.
card. It was,
Just
Yeah.
oh wow, it's a one card
Yeah,
starter
it was.
too.
Yeah, well, that's why
insane.
Elder Entity Norden's ban.
Yeah.
But
Imagine they unban it.
that'd be nice. Even though I don't own one, I
And
think
then
I
you-
actually have one
yeah.
copy, but I used to have like 50 copies of
Would
it.
he be busted now?
Probably.
I think it would definitely if you didn't need if there's a card that you just discard to the graveyard and it's a level 4 and you gain something off of it, I think it would be
Oh, it's
it would
pretty
be hella relevant.
Plenty. No.
Yeah. I don't think it
Just
would
play with,
not
like,
be relevant because it
dangerous.
doesn't have any restrictions when it hits the board. It just specials a 4. So it's so free. And like it would probably make Light Swarms
Tear
way
limits.
better. Yeah, like,
Tear limits
anything
for
like
more.
that. Yeah, stuff like
Oof.
that, dude, would
I
make
would-
it so much better.
I hate you.
Because that's like an instant.
You hate tier limits? Is that what I just heard?
I hate that.
You don't have to. Okay,
Even
so
though I
like-
don't hate it, it's just that deck with that format was boring. After it just got its new support, it was not fun.
Yeah,
It
we
was a
definitely
great
did not.
format.
It was a horrible format.
There was literally only 3 decks you can
If
play.
you don't
to
agree,
even,
if
like,
you do not agree with
keep
that it was a great
Yeah, like-
format, go ahead and let us know. Let us know that.
Please
in the
let us know
comments,
down in
'cause
the
Tier
comments.
Limits
Who's gonna win
was-
this argument
Tier Limits
or conversation?
was criminal. That format was horrible.
It was pretty.
And
bad.
I had the whole deck, and I didn't.
And I
enjoy
played
playing
that
it.
whole time. That's when I was like burnt out. I was like, oh my.
Yeah, really,
Especially because I had James bought the Sprite core,
Yeah.
and he was the only reason why I stayed in loop.
yeah,
Because I didn't want to spend money on the
He
tier
had told
limits
me he
because
didn't.
I gave him all the cards that I bought when I opened the little case.
Yeah, for the Tier Limits, so I can
For
get
the tier limits
the
where I gave him
Shizu
everything
cards.
and I gave him all that.
The Magnificent Mavens. Oh, when we got those cards, that's when it really got. Oh man,
Dude, every
that's
time
when it got toxic.
You
I'll
can
give that
you can
up.
say
I'll give
that you
to
can say that about like most decks, yeah, but it definitely got toxic once we got
That's when it got toxic.
the Shizu
Honestly.
cards. But yeah,
I think that
The
was
Shizu
the
cards are
D,
insane.
the D format of Yu-Gi-Oh. Because once those cards came out, if you were not playing Tier Limit or Shizu,
You
you're
were
not
just-
playing.
yeah,
That's
you
what I'm
were
saying.
definitely
You're
not,
not
It was
playing.
just not fun.
Everything
You're
you
not
did
playing.
during your turn was your opponent's turn.
Especially
as
they'll get
well.
you the mill like 15 cards.
Dude, just the
Or
fact that you
20.
put 2 to 3 monsters on the
Yeah.
board prior to your turn even starting, and these are not just normal
this is turn
monsters. These are
zero.
freaking really
This is turn-
powerful
we're
cards.
talking turn
you
zero,
you know
Windows.
this. Like,
That
you
was
know.
one reason why I played Phantom Knights at the time. It did well, but
You should have put it Tier Limits in Phantom Knights.
There's
James
no way
did.
that works. It's just too many
I think
costs.
James
It's
already
too many
tried
cards.
that out. Like
Yeah,
James made a
it
little
was
deck
like I tried to
of
do it
and
Havness, and it
not
just
doing
wasn't working out. If you get locked into XYZs, you can't summon any of the
Oh
fusions,
yeah, like 'cause once you activate
Oh,
this
yeah.
effect, you're just locked in
which is
darks.
which
It
I
doesn't
you
matter.
at that, I don't feel like you could play around that. You had to use Break Swords effect.
Yeah.
Like there was no way around it. So like it just had to happen because of the way the
You're
format
not locked
was.
into exceeds.
Yeah, once you use Break Swords effect and you
You're locked
summon
into darks.
dark monsters. Sorry, my bad.
Even
You're
though
right.
they're
You're
all
right.
dark,
You're
so
right.
that
I
was like,
digress.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay,
So
so
I guess it wasn't maybe a bad. Maybe
Yeah.
he just didn't think it through.
I know I didn't. Just like I don't read cards.
Right over the head.
Yeah, but to answer your question, the next regionals I played, what deck did I play? It was Pepe.
Yeah, what was the best regional you had?
Pepe.
Was it the Pepe format?
It was but come to think of it, if you weren't playing Pepe at that time, you weren't.
Yeah, you weren't
playing
winning. That
either.
was a tier 0.
either. You know, so I might be a little biased. I like these one deck formats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of.
He's like, I like these one card starters. I'm surprised you didn't enjoy
Your
Sprite.
your
Sprite-
only
I did it.
downside.
I
Your only
actually-
downside when
I
you're
actually
playing.
played Sprite at one point in time. I topped a few tournaments with. I was playing Sprite Runic Tier Limit. Actually,
Yeah.
Even though
when,
Sprite Runic right now, I heard it's solid still.
It's when Elf was unbanned. That's
Yeah,
that's when.
dude. I wish that card had just gone to 1. Just a 1.
That's
Just a
when-
1.
Nah, I'm
Come
glad
on.
that card's gone.
I just wanted
card
at
was
1.
stupid.
That's all I wanted at. Is
You could literally
Elf-
put
I
it in
wanted
your
to
King
write Elf
Generic
tag.
2 deck. It was just insane.
I just wanted it at 1. That's it.
Sprite Elf revive him early. That's all you need.
Yeah,
That's all you need.
It was so stupid.
Effect.
Okay.
Mill 3 cards.
All right, I'm gonna make a window in your draw phase.
And then
I
what are
mean,
you
in
gonna do
your main
about it? You're
phase.
just gonna sit there. You can't special it once,
Yeah,
and you're done.
and then you're done. Yeah.
Hey, you're done.
So
Or-
what placement did you get with the Pepe?
With Pepe, I actually topped pretty high. I got 17th place. I bubbled out of 16th with that one, but it was all Pepe. The whole.
So you got an invite that time.
Yeah.
Nice.
But it
Nice.
was
nice.
all
Well done.
Pepe.
Did you go to fucking?
Okay.
Did you go to World or?
No, I
Nationals?
didn't go at all. I had to go to work.
All that
Man,
works.
didn't even make it an attempt.
Yeah,
He
see,
was
a
like,
lot
"Ah,
of the
I'm done
times it's
after
like,
that."
yeah, it's like a lot of mental stress and mental work, but then you,
Yeah.
like, how am I gonna follow up? I gotta go take this trip now.
Yeah.
True.
People do run into the wall of having to pay for the trip and needing a place to stay while you're there when you're doing it.
Just get
So,
down there, then you need
yeah.
a hotel.
You gotta make,
just need
and then
bunch
you
of
gotta
stuff.
know if it's just you individually and you don't know any other players,
It's pricey.
you're gonna end up being
Yeah.
by yourself the entire time. So knowing all the players helps when you're about to go down there, or at least when you know you've topped, like see who else is going, because you can like kind of split a hotel with those people.
Yeah,
And
there
that
was a
just
few
brings the
people
cost
that
down
was
for
willing
them,
to-
which is beneficial
there was
for
a few
everybody,
people
but
that
yeah.
were like, yeah, we're gonna go, we should go, and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But that was at that point in time, I was like, man, I know this is gonna get hit,
Yeah.
and like, because
Definitely
sometimes you can feel it, you know,
Yeah.
Like I know you were shook.
That
when
was the emergency ban list,
yeah,
right?
and it was an emergency ban list.
So that it wasn't even
It happened during the.
Literally,
during
I think
the-
that ban list was when they went from every 4 months we have a ban list or something like that to now no one knows when the
Now
ban
no one
list is
knows.
hitting because it's all jacked
Dude.
up. It just happens when it happens.
And the emergency ban list killed a lot of things because I
Yeah.
think they
I wish they had the normal.
put
set of
Skull Cravat to
banners.
1. They put
Joker, yeah,
Joke-
Monkey Board.
Monkey Board to none. I think
I
he
think
got
he went
hit.
to 0.
I
Yeah,
remember Plush Fire got hit.
Flush Fire hasn't been back off that since then either.
And that's
Flush
exactly
Fire-
how I felt when they hit tier limits. I was
Yeah.
like, y'all took half my deck.
But it was like
Honestly,
literally
I was happy.
a tier 0 deck.
That deck, when it was gone, I was like, finally, we can play whatever we want. And then we actually did have a format where you could play whatever you wanted, and it was actually doing well.
Yeah.
Like, it was
And
fun.
then
I had a lot of
People
fun
have
with
this problem with like cash tier too. Like they're like, oh, it's just as annoying, but it's like you can still kind of do things with cash tier against
Play around
cash
it,
tier. You can
especially
still try and
Brandy.
play around it. Yeah.
Branded can do. It's a pretty good
So-
matchup.
So like yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And if you're not playing the right deck that can combat it, then you're just not playing the right deck. It's not that the deck can't be stopped. It's you're playing a deck that cannot compete against it. So
Yeah.
you have to change your mentality or whatever it is that you like playing to adjust to that format.
Yeah.
You know,
And it's not a bad thing to do that. You know,
No.
not when if you're trying to win. These are certain things that you should do to win. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
like
I agree.
not take it as like I'm doing what you say or I'm just following what they're doing or
Basically,
whatever.
Yeah,
just like,
exactly. It's
oh,
like
this
people
is the
that are-
top deck. I'm gonna copy this deck, and I'm gonna play exactly how everybody
Yeah,
else is
yeah. If you're a
playing it.
format chaser, you're gonna do that no matter what. But there's
Boring,
people that
yeah.
are like hardcore. They love this deck, whatever deck it is. They love playing it.
Shout
And they
out
want
to George.
yeah.
That man loves. What is it?
Marin says.
Marin says.
But he at least-
oh,
he
shout
at
out
least-
to-
George, yes,
Yeah.
George.
George at least changes his deck though. He like will change.
Oh, Juan's another one.
Juan is a ride or die Mech
Bro,
Knight
that
player.
man does not change his deck, or he does. He switches.
He does,
it up,
but it-
he
it
plays
just-
Mech Knights.
it
strictly
always
just-
has to
He
involve
puts
Mech
meta
Knight.
calls in it. See,
Yeah.
and that's what that's not a bad thing to do. If you're
You
if
can put
you're a
Widow
fan
Whippers
of
in
one
there,
deck,
too.
you should make a meta call and be like, well, this card is part of the meta or is beating the meta. I should play that.
Yeah.
You know, don't. I don't want to say be a sheep and just do what everybody's
Yeah,
doing.
and we were talking about this earlier, which was the lack of, I would say like diversity in what is it, creativity when you're creating a deck, and you want to keep playing something, but you also refuse to like try and mix it with something
Yeah.
or whatever, and you just want to like stick to what you've normally been doing, and you got to break that
Yeah,
barrier
it's-
in your
it's
head
kind
to
of a
like try and
barrier.
play.
Yeah.
To try and play in the format, and you're gonna fail. You know, how many decks do we try
Oh,
on a regular weekly basis? You know, that are just
What, I'm gonna
weird.
try it again,
And we try again because we might not have gotten fair matchups or something. I might have felt like I could have drawn better, and that probably isn't a
Yeah.
me problem. That was like the deck was just not giving me the right
Yeah.
cards.
I think it's just a skill issue.
Skill issues are real. Though.
Yeah, could be. But
Skill
once you
issues are
played
real.
like 3-4 tournaments, and you're like, this is not working out. Then I
Yeah.
think you probably should, go back to the drawing board and
There's no problem with
Yeah.
getting back in the kitchen.
And
trying
failure
to-
only creates and
Yeah.
failure only makes
remaking
what
Yeah.
you're doing more unique. You know what I mean? Like, I like doing that with a lot of decks, like older decks that I enjoy playing. So I like
Yeah.
think how's this gonna fit in this or whatever, and then I'll try it out on like a simulator or whatever, and it goes great. But then I go in there in person and I'm drawing so bad. And I'm like, this is not working out in real life. So the computer is just giving me everything I needed every time I play.
Every time, yeah.
So
Sometimes the simulator.
so no, it's not
Why?
bad. Yeah, it's not bad trying out new things, but you have to be willing to try new things. And even if you're trying to stick with something, you got to be willing to like go and evolve with the format and still try and play it.
Evolution. That's how we keep this game changing and rolling. You know.
And you might
That's
come
why
up with something
format's
that's
always changing.
wildly. I mean, that's how these people find these cards, these one-off cards that are just what. Now you got to go and search your bulk for it because it's like now it's a $15, $20 card
Or a
because
card that
yeah,
just randomly
it
goes
tops
up.
somewhere
because
randomly.
it's
Diving is-
expensive.
That's actually economic.
So, where do you think you're going to be going in Yu-Gi-Oh? Like, are you going to continue playing this for indefinitely, or what do you see yourself?
Oh
in the
yeah,
future
this
with
is
the game?
gonna be etched in my tombstone.
He's gonna be the
Lee-
Yugimoto.
Here lies Lee's
Damien,
doors.
no, not everyone can be the Yugimoto Damien.
I just have plot armor, bro. That's all it is. I always draw the outs.
But yeah, I see myself going pretty far into this. I want to I'm not just saying make a name for myself, but make a standpoint and to where they're like, hey, there's Lee. A lot of the time now I do get hey Clout, that's my name online. If you didn't know,
Clout Lee.
Clout Lee, and they and it's always, hey, can you help me with this? What do you think of this? Can you help me with a ruling on this? And if it feels good, you know.
Yeah.
Like I just like being something that I love and people love too, and we all express it kind of in a healthy and a well addressed manner, you know, because sometimes there's salt being thrown around.
Yeah,
like,
and I mean that's just going to be
That-
at every tournament.
Everybody has.
But it does help to be a
days.
constant, you know, in a community where people feel like they've met you so many times and you've been there, and you're not always trying to like cheat them or something like that. You're always trying to help them out or do something or make them play better or something like that, and that is actually way more beneficial than just completely stomping someone into the ground, ignoring them when they have questions, or you know, just
We're
treating
not
them like.
trying to tell them how to improve their plays or their deck.
Well, you want to tell them, but
not.
not without like
be condescending.
Yeah, you don't want to be like, Psh, you could have done that better, and then
Oh,
walk
I mean,
away.
of
You know,
course,
like
you don't wanna be
explain
like-
what could be better. You know, but also don't do it in a
Degrading
hurtful and a
people.
grateful way. Yeah, but some people do have it coming.
Yeah. So
when you treat them
those salty
like
players do need to be washed off. You know,
yeah,
Sometimes they
sometimes
just need to take a
you
bath.
can only do it through the game. To be honest,
Stinkies.
to just make a name in the community. That's all I really want really.
Well, I think you're accomplishing that. I think a lot of people know you. So at least here in San Antonio, you know, I only met you like 2 years ago,
And it's been real fun.
yeah.
I'm glad to hear that.
So now we're arriving at the point where we have a random question for you.
You ready?
Let's go.
Okay, Damien, go ahead.
Oh. So, what goes through your mindset when you're building the most randomest piled 60 card decks that you like to build for some
The
reason?
most randomness.
Yeah, like
Because you do put a lot of
what's your
cards
thought
into
process?
one deck, and I always
Yeah,
wondered.
60 card piles is my expertise. I try to pride myself on that
I'm
one.
not gonna lie, he does make a lot of very interesting decks that just slap people in the face.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Just slap.
And see, that's the problem.
Not all the
That's
time, but
That's
It's like what I was saying. Sometimes
that's the problem with these hodgepodges. You know, you never know how they're gonna really come out. You're gonna put everything in the pot. Shit might be gross. It should.
boy just got some bacon
Maybe
pots, just mixing
scrumptious,
that
yeah.
boy
I want to walk
together,
up and be
he's
like, "What the
I'm
heck
not
is
white,
going
add
on
some
here?"
fucking seasoning
Yeah.
to it, just like spice it up. And then it comes out. The next
So
you know,
what
you
goes
just
through my mind? Viability and the ceiling. If I'm playing 60 card piles, I'm trying to make sure it's as viable and as consistent with each engine that I'm putting in that interacts with the other engine that I put in. You know, and if I see that, if I can read a card and I notice these little things, and we both done it, we'd be like, oh, that goes good in this.
But then you continue reading and you find out
that it does.
it doesn't
Yeah,
work with the deck.
Oh yeah,
You
we've been
put it
there
in and
also.
then you're trying to use it and someone corrects
We've been
you.
on that high road where we're like, yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Like when I
dude,
tried
it had a
to
lot of great potential.
when I tried
Yeah,
to use. Oh man, what was I made this deck and I was like, oh, this is so cool, right? And I tried to use Regulus, Therion King Regulus to attach a Cosmo to it, and I was like, my theory was, when he sends himself to the graveyard, the card is a spell card, so by mechanic it explodes, but it doesn't, because the Cosmo card in of itself says that it has to be destroyed by battle or card effect, and I didn't take that into account, so I was
Sent
riding
it.
that high, like you said,
Yeah.
where I was like, oh, this deck is wild, and then I was like, no, it's not. It actually does not work that way at all.
It doesn't
So
work
yeah,
that
you
way.
can totally make mistakes, but I mean that's where you learn stuff.
The-
you know,
the trial and
if you're
error.
capable of learning, yeah, the
trial and error. So the risk versus reward, you know, so I'm taking all these risks. What's my reward factor?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say the best one that I've ever came up with was toss formats. It was Thunder Dragon, Orcus, Sky Striker, and Salamangreat.
Oh god, I remember Sky Striker.
So once I seen a deck list that I did net deck. I'm not gonna lie.
There's
like
nothing
in a deck
wrong
list.
with it.
Like it's a bad thing, yeah.
Yes,
It's good just to get a little base.
I was like, wow, they put all the best parts of all the best decks into one, you know, and I was like, I have these cards, let me see what I can do. And I tried to create, or I did create Dragon Link Orcus Sky Striker.
That sounds.
And that
hefty build.
deck was actually pretty wild. It had all the toolbox of the Sky
Sounds like
Striker.
you could still play that right now.
And you probably could if
What was not working in it?
the only thing that wouldn't work is some of the Sky Striker cards when you have a monster.
Oh
in
yeah,
there.
yeah.
You know,
So,
and
so
then
you
you
think
would
like
need
lowering the
Widow
number?
Anchor,
You think
and you
lowering
have
the
you have a
Oh,
monster
okay.
in
So
your main.
you have to like get that. But right now, it's dependent on that card. So
That's
I
it.
forgot about Widow Anchor. They're really good.
so yeah, what would you change in it? I would have to get like a deck list from you so I can like.
Or you know what?
put it
You know what I
together.
did change in it, and I did change it. I took out these Sky Striker cards, and I put in 3 Iblis. It was 3 Iblis
That
and
card's getting
instant
reprinted
fusion,
in Super Rare.
and I believe it was Signet mining. I went from it being the Sky Striker portion of it to a Cybers type type deal, you know, type monster. So it would just be normal summon Ibli. This is the standard line. Normal summon Ibli, link summon the Nightmare Corruptor into the regular Nightmare Mermaid. This is when this was
And
new.
mining can add Ibli, right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay,
You see, and then you discard an Orcus card.
Oh, and then were you playing the Orcus Field spell?
Yes.
So you can make it all.
Yes, it was all the
No,
best
it's pretty
parts of
solid.
everything.
You got something going here.
He got some bacon right now.
Yeah, I can
we
smell
might
it.
have to
I
go
can
to
smell the
fridge
cooking.
later.
The fridge,
You know what
pull
I
on
mean?
the pull on the cards, put it
I
together.
can
bring
smell
it to your
I can smell
locals
the
today.
food in the kitchen right now.
Yeah, I'm telling you. See, just that fact. You see how we felt that right there?
Yeah,
That's
dude.
how I feel when I'm.
It's like you start
deck
like
building
feeling
that.
it in here. You're just like, oh,
Mira.
yeah, look.
It's bubbling. Yes.
So-
that's the feeling, and that's what I like when
Well,
I'm going through it. I'm like, I just want to make sure that that I'm having fun and it's competitive and it's something nobody ever seen
Yes.
before.
yeah.
You know.
So, what have you been doing lately? I know you were telling me about you were doing that Kaiba Command Center.
Oh yeah! Shout
on,
out to my Twitch, Kaiba Command Center. It's the KCC. It's doing real good right now, actually.
And is that all one word?
Yeah, it's all
I
one
can-
word,
If I get the link from you, I can post that link down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
in the
you.
description.
and it's just a bunch of friends, and all we do is we do locals. We deck profile. We have live duels with the whole KCC. All the members are there, and we're just dueling what we made over the times that we weren't around. So we do it weekly, every Wednesday.
Y'all got that content. Do y'all ever record it? So y'all have any like permanent place where you can have all that archived or whatever?
Yeah,
Is
we
that all
actually do.
there on the Twitch?
Yep, all
Okay,
on
cool,
Twitch.
cool. I don't know how Twitch works.
And we have
Oh my gosh. The dog. Sorry about that.
we have live EDO streaming. KCC Doryu, he does all the streaming for the EDO Pro. If you're trying to get beat down by Blue Eyes, he's gonna be right there. Yeah.
The blue eyes beat down. Oh,
Yeah.
and this is Kevin, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, Kevin. Kevin's a big blue eyes guy.
yeah.
Yeah, he loves blue
Real good
eyes.
friend of mine, and we have a real good time when we try to all of us be at one place together, and it's crazy. So much jank gets thrown around. It's Flow Under Rees versus Beistool versus, and then in the side it's probably gonna be like Suship, our friend Wyatt's playing
The
Suship right
sushi,
now.
the sushi
Oh
deck
man,
The
with
sushi
all
deck.
the exceeds and stuff.
yeah, it's
That deck is wild.
Yeah.
wild. It's pretty wild.
Okay.
And then it's me with my fucking hodgepodges, my pots of soup going
The
around.
soup,
Yeah.
the soup that's brewing right
Well,
now in his mind.
we were gonna. I made a Twitch account for this, but like for me and him to do just like
Dual streams.
we'll do
basically,
like
just
a
playing
split screen
Halo or
on the
something.
TV here,
Yeah.
and we'll
And then I have my
we'll
own
stream
Twitch,
that.
too.
But I need to get a what's that, the camera? But yeah, Damien also has a Twitch. I don't know what it is, but I
It's
can
just
also link that.
XMQI.
I can also link
Fine.
that down below for y'all,
Yeah.
so y'all can have both their Twitches up with their
Like
names right above it.
Subscribe.
Yeah, and like and
Please leave a
subscribe
like.
that. And please feel free to like and subscribe this video. And we hope y'all enjoyed this episode. And y'all have a good
Hope you
day.
come back.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's real good.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. We hope you all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell for when new videos are uploaded. For all our subscribers, we are going to be giving away this Pot of Greed Tankard once we hit 150 subscribers and 300 subscribers. I have 2 of them. They each come with their own individual card here, and this particular tankard here is number 3,408 out of 9,905. I was able to get 3 of these, but I'm only giving away 2, so don't forget to subscribe.